decided to show up, so I brought a card and a candle.
Awesome. I don't know if he'll come to the other
sunshine, my only sunshine. Make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I walked in, you know I was mistaken, and I hung my head down and cried.
Oh, okay.
That's where the fast music makes it worse.
I know.
It's hard not to.
Every day it's okay. No reason any of them should have been out there, you know. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I walked in, I was mistaken. I hung my head down and cried. You're my sunshine, my only sunshine. Make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Oh, the work.
I didn't know I was going to sing today.
Yeah, I didn't really do it.
Okay.
First one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you talked to her?
Forever, a lifetime.
One there afterwards.
I want to call him. I want to know when the funeral is. I want to go. I want to be there. I don't care, you know. I want him to know I'm there for him. Like if he needs anything, you know. I want him to know that I was his mom's friend, dude, and that I care about him no matter what. Because she would do the same for my kids, you know.
Hey, hey. Okay, people are starting to rock. Do we have enough shares for everybody?
265-9547.
What is it?
265-9547.
One lady talked about listening to music when you were at
265
9547.
265.
the classics.
I hired someone who didn't show up, but there'll be another one. Every $100, 15 in their pocket, 50 to use it.
Like an old friend of hers.
Do you know any like music that she likes?
Appreciate you.
She likes any oldies. Like
Yeah, she likes oldies.
She loved oldies or like R&B, like love songs.
Give you something.
Or,
Have you been there
you
last
know,
night? Give it. The hub is both what you put together that you're co-chair of. This.
Okay.
what was that number again?
Oh my God, it's hard to do.
I got 265.
9547.
What's the area code?
831.
It is?
Night has come, and it's dark, and the moon is the only light we see. me. Stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me.
Let's do 360. Get my head now. I wish I had two. I can still edit it, you know.
Sky, look upon, she crumbled and fall. Mountain crumbled to the sea. Cry low, I won't shed a tear. As long as you stand by me. Stand by me, oh, stand by me. Stand by me, stand by me.
Let me get a little bit from over here. Hold up.
I said to your mother, the library, not the post office.
So one more.
Okay.
If you can. If the union will let you do it. Okay.
Lean on me. Dixon Buzz, how about a little lean on me now that you're both here?
My nose. She was my good friend, you know.
This is glad we're meeting.
Tragedy, dude. In my life, it really hit hard. My school's fucked up, everything. So far behind. Are you hungry? Hey, are you hungry? There's hot dogs over there.
ahead, always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna be somebody to lean on. You have to bear that you can't carry. I'm right up the road, I'll share the road. If you just call on me, brother. If you need a hand, we all need somebody to lean on. Just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be a friend. I'll help carry on. It won't be long. I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Where's your restaurant?
Swallow your pride. If I had
All the way
things
down to Tory T's.
to borrow,
I went to a garbage can.
for no one can
Down the
tell
hall to the left.
those of the
Right by the station.
that you don't mention. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Somebody to lean on. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Save for wretch like me.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Alright, I hope that was good.
Beautiful, thank you.
I didn't really know her that well. I met her a couple times on the street, and she looked just exactly like that. Smiling.
Hello. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for coming today to honor Deseire. And the first thing we're going to do is where is Daryl? I thought. Oh yeah, you are. Okay. And so anyway, just you may not know who I am, but I'm Keith. And I'm really honored to be presiding over this memorial to remember Deseire. And she was a fighter, and this is an appropriate location for her memorial because it was the people manipulating events in City Hall that caused her to be forced into the Pogonet, where she lost her life. But because of that, we're redoubling our efforts to resist and to push back on these outrageous policies of this city and of cities across the country, of states and of the country itself. You know, no one should be having to sleep outdoors in this cold weather, here, and imagine having to sleep outdoors in Boston or Chicago, or, you know, it's already horrible enough here. So she stood for us and fought for us. And so I want to now turn this over to Daryl. And Daryl, darling, will lead us in a couple of, and some words of prayer and thought and some scripture, I believe.
I want you to just reach out first and take someone's hand next to you. Just reach across there. We have this myth. We've grown into it, but it is the myth that we can survive one by one, that we can survive alone, that we can thrive alone, that we can get ahead of the pack, we can get higher than someone else. Who knows, maybe we'll get to be the highest one. The reason I say it's a myth, and I give tribute to the man standing up here, our Councilman Drew Glover.
Thank you.
For his establishment of the beehive, the encouragement of beekeeping. I don't know how many of you know that we as a species are not individual. There are 5 species, 2 varieties of prairie dog, that is 2 species of prairie dog and one similar to a prairie dog, the ants and the bees and the human beings. Our species is one of 5 species that live primarily as colonies. As the human species grew and from the apes and from the other primate species, we began to go out across the planet, our beautiful planet Earth. We didn't travel alone. There were scouts, you know, human beings that scampered out a mile or so to see what was on the other ridge. But he came back, or she, probably he. The men are more explorers. The women, thank God, keep the home fires burning. But we traveled as men and women and babies in colonies. We could not have survived the saber-toothed tiger, the woolly mammoth, any of these other critters. We'd have been wiped out, except as a colony, as a group. We have evolved into community, and it's only through community that we survive and thrive. Yes, in community we thrive. And if anyone, you know, Jesus talked about the last sheep, and he said the lost sheep. And he told this parable. He's in a carpenter. He's probably a carpenter, His dad was a carpenter. Chances are he was the only carpenter in this little village of Nazareth. But they were in a shepherding community, sheep herders. And so Jesus tells this story, this parable. If one of you comes nighttime, you're out there on the hillside, and you find that there's one missing lamb or one sheep, which one of you would not go out, have the herd, have the fold, stay together? They will, and you go out and you find that one lost lamb that cannot survive alone. So it is, as Jesus says, so it is with God. And he doesn't go into great detail on that. He just says, this is the way we are. And whatever it is that drives us out to find the one that didn't find his way or didn't find her way, we call that love. It's a dynamic energy that brings us together, that keeps us together. Imagine the loneliness. I'll just say the extreme. The loneliness of a man who just keeps tweeting and can never get enough individually, no matter how hard he tries. Cannot get enough individually to satisfy him or to reassure him that he is loved. We lost Deirdre. Well, Deseire. We lost Deseire. Because, why? She went out to see if her friend was okay. It's stormy. No, I'm not. This isn't just sentimentality. This is the story of the human species life. And we don't have a whole lot more time to fool around and try and rise above and to be the king of the mountain or whatever else drives us to be individually something that we are not. We are beloved on this beautiful planet Earth, and we are one with the Earth. We've emerged from all the other species. We, in these jackets, in warriors' jackets, we root for our team, but we are sophisticated amoeba, and we celebrate our emergence from the muck of the earth and the amino acids, and here we are. What we live by, what we thrive by, is love. The kind of love that drove our dear one out to seek her dear one. Was he the most important human being in her life? I don't know. Some of you know. Was she really close to the man she went out to check on? I thought probably pretty close. But likewise, she was close to you, Jude. She would have gone out for any one of us. As I said, was it yesterday? She was the one who, having nothing, having less than nothing, gave a little more than it away for our sake. That's what we live for. And I don't think it's a real stretch to recognize that that Jesus, who told us these parables, he died on a tree because this message was so radical that everyone, no one was left out. Everyone is a part of the whole human species, the whole human family, the race, and one with the earth. Told lots of parables about the birds and all kinds of other natural phenomena of the earth. But he just was too inclusive for the people who have to be on top for them to feel worthy. And so the ones on top nailed him to a tree. I guess you're not going to go far from there. And I say all of us, put her out. And she led many of them. She helped make community out on that little shred of earth, out on the outskirts. No value to that land at all, except it wasn't in the water. Either falling down, or could put shelters over us, and the water wasn't rising yet. Just that little shred of earth. And we had to have it. We had to have it. Cleaned up, prettied up. It wasn't so pretty, was it? Just bare ground, but we got to keep it clean. We got to get needles out. They're not really hurting anybody. And there, over there, nobody was being hurt by them. It was horrible. You know? But she called out of nothing. He was nailed to a tree. She died. Not him. She died under a tree. Martin died with garbage. And in their dying, in their giving, more than they had, more than they were, they gave heart to us, falling away, and she gave us each other.